my name is Richard. I am the programmer and scripter of the game Gladius. This is the second video I'm making. It's been a while since I made the last one, because every time I was going to make a new feature, I was going to make a video, and then I kept delaying it because I had already added in a new feature, or I had to do something else. So here we are now, because I don't plan on doing much more on this. But I'll get in and show you. So we have two options straight off in the GUI. So we can either change what our weapon is. I'll stick with the sword and shield for now, but I'll show you more later. We go click fight, and we get a choice, but we can't go and fight the green Hydra yet, or the red Hydra. We haven't defeated the troll yet, and he's sort of what was supposed to be something like a tutorial boss. So anyway, I'll press play. We'll get in, and you'll see the graphics are so much better. We've got some props around, there's textures, and there's little lanterns for lighting. And you'll see the character himself has got cloth physics around his waist on the clothing. He's got armor and weapons, all been textured. It's very nice. So you notice the GUI. I made a lot of comments about that in the last video. It was the problems that there were. They're all been fixed now. But this is the troll boss. I'll get in so you can show the attack. You can hear there's like a little sound when he attacks. And there he is spinning. When he falls over, that's when we're supposed to go in and attack. But now, when I attack with a player as well, you'll hear there's like a little sound, or I hope you can hear, over the sound of the level. But yeah, also, as well as there's a little particle effect when I hit the dude, you'll notice that if I get in there and get hit, you'll see there's a little blood particle effect. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and defeat him. There's a little bit of lag there, probably because of my computer. So we'll go straight back to the main menu. There is like a little game over system, but it's just been unhooked for now. So, as I mentioned, there's a lot of attack feedback. There's attack particles. We've got the new boss, and we've got a lot of. As you can see, the level's been significantly improved. So now I'm going to show you the weapon changes. At the same time as showing you the new feature in the old boss. So I'll choose a two-handed axe, and one thing you might notice when we get in is all the animations are very different. Like, just do an attack. He's got very different attacks. And if I hold right click instead of blocking, he sort of does a little charge back thing and then does a large swing, which should do more damage. And as you can see, as he's running, he's holding it behind him because of how heavy it is. So the Hydra, we noticed when we did beta testing that a lot of players were able to get behind the Hydra into this little sweet spot in between the back leg, and they won't be able to take damage anymore. So, but now, as you can see, when you get behind, they'll do a little tail attack. As you can see, and being around the tail area is very dangerous because it's got a very generous hitbox on it. It's very dangerous to stay around there, so let's try and get the spike trap to go off and knock him over. Oh, I haven't done this very well at all. I'm getting my ass handed to me. So we also from beta testing we made the original normal Hydra. We increased his health bar by quite a bit. Oh, there we go. I just managed to spam it through. Yeah, we increased the health bar by quite a bit, but then each of the variations has a really large increase in health. So the red Hydra and the next one, which is the golden Hydra, are very, very difficult to defeat. I'll quickly just show you the red Hydra. So we were, I'll just talk over as I play now. We were originally going to do add these attack variations in for each of the Hydras, and we wanted variations of the troll as well. We wanted to have like a fire attack, or some sort of breathing attack. In the end, we didn't end up having time to implement these features. Although they got very close to being finished, they weren't finished, which is why I couldn't really show you. Oh, a lot more lag. I apologise. I don't know if it's coming through on the video, but it's my computer isn't the best. I may be able to show you in the future an improved video, but yeah. It's quite nice because this weapon has a lot of reach, so it is possible to sort of get the Hydra when he's in the middle of an attack from quite far away. Anyway, let's get in here. Oh, there's his tail attack, he's not happy with me. Just try and spam him through. So yeah, I managed to do that one a little better because, you know, as a developer I know where he's most vulnerable. But a few things I want to bring to light are probably... You probably saw that there was probably a small few collision issues, and there was some animation blends that... well, there are some animation blends, but there aren't enough of them. You see, there's quite often you get some jittering in the animations, which can make it look a little unpolished. But I'll show you the weapons instead of going through each of them individually in the level. I'll just quickly show you the meshes. Okay, so this is the axe. This is the mace. You can see it's got like a little skull. And this is the sword. So nothing too fancy, but yeah. And here's the two-handed axe. It's got like a little particle effect. It's got a little lighting coming out of it. Here's the mace, which is just like a morning star. And we've got the two-handed sword, which is sort of like a crystal or something. It's very cool. I'll quickly show you the helm as well, maybe. There you go. So I'll load up a level so I can show you around the level. Doesn't really matter which. Just ignore the errors. So you can see there's little messes in the, well, big messes in the background. There's sort of like a roof that's made out of leather. I'll actually try and up the settings now because I'm not playing. So I don't know if that's coming better through on the video. I hope it is. But you can see now I might be suffering on my FPS a little bit, but so I can show you guys the textures are really nice. We've got some nice textures going on around here. Less importance as the further you go out, but you can see there's banners. And if we go inside, let's go inside to the other end. Ooh, let's go inside the other end. So yeah, you can see the props from here, and you can see how how nice Unreal is with the lighting. So overall I'm really proud of the project. There are all those small things that I would have liked to fix to give the game a lot more polish. Honestly, we could have done it if I had only a little more time. I found it quite challenging working together with designers and artists to sort of create this vision together. At several points I was in a leadership role, and well, yeah, I thought I found I did a pretty good job, or at least that's why from feedback I thought I did a pretty good job. But overall, I was quite glad when someone else was willing to take over for a bit, so I could focus on doing the programming and the scripting behaviors. And I'm really happy with the art. I'm not as happy with some of the things that I was able to, like, if I were to restart this project from scratch, there's so many things I would have done differently from a coding perspective, and I learned a lot by doing it. There were a lot of things that surprised me. I didn't think would become errors, but did. And there were issues with working with the Unreal Engine. I mentioned the problems with the GUI in the previous video. Obviously that's fixed in the most recent version, but as I was creating the troll, I got this error where you try to compile it, so where you try to save it, and it's got this engine/transient error, and it's a known problem inside Unreal. I spent a lot of time trying to fix it, but in the end it wasn't really fixable, so I just had to sort of recreate all of my work from scratch so I could make any changes, which is not really what I wanted to be doing. And obviously it was quite disheartening and demotivating. I might have been able to get a lot more done had that not happened, but it happened. The floor, we had some issues with floor collision, but when we just changed it to being an Unreal Terrain as opposed to a mesh, there's not really any problems with it anymore. Overall, I learned a lot, and I really enjoy it. I'll be graduating soon, so I don't think I'll be doing much more on this project. I would, however, love to do a project like this again in the future. I love doing this gameplay development and the AI, the small little things in the AI. I love programming those. Yeah, I would love to come back to a project like this again in the future, or this project again in the future. But for now, this will probably be the last video I make. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, or you want to see some other sides of the development, or you want to ask me questions, or again questions about the game or me, either just go ahead and put them down in the comments section or email me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you.